Hey everybody, Spirit of the Law here. I've got a 3 vs 3 Black Forest that I want to show you today. This is a game that I played yesterday, and this is me up in the northwest corner playing as the Japanese, of course. If you don't know how much I like the Japanese, you should check out my video where I go through why they are maybe not the best, but at least the most underrated civilization in the game. Also on my team, we have SpiritoftheLaw in the green playing as the Saracens. And in the southwest corner, we have Valerie playing as the Huns. So that's our team on the west side of the map. Now for the other team, in the top east corner, northeast corner, we've got Usion the Terrible. I've played with this guy before, he's pretty good. I was glad that I started off right beside him, because I feel like this guy's a little bit better than me, but I like to have the challenge sometimes. So we're going to be squaring off in the top of the map. As well on their team, we have in the Saracens, Swarm Darth, and in the southeastern corner, we have Doug playing as the Byzantines. We haven't played together as a group before, but like I said, I recognize Usion's name, and I think we've played together before. So, I was looking forward to this match. Most of the players here in the mid 1500 ELO range, and Usion and I are the only ones that were above 1600. And in this game it was about 1660 at the start of it. So like I said, I played this yesterday. Right, so one thing about this map that was really weird is just the generation seemed a little strange. So I have my regular 2 boar here, but you'll notice that on the way down here I have another 2, and then we have another 3, and then we have 5 here for the SpiritoftheLaw. A little strange. We also had some little islands in here where we're getting resources trapped. Not a big deal, just kind of surprised that Black Forest wouldn't, being a standard map, it wouldn't generate perfectly every time. It's a little surprising. So as you can see, we have one narrow passageway in the north, and we have one in the middle, and we have one down here in the south. And Purple doing a really good job forwarding his walls here. You can see he's sending a villager at the 4-minute mark, which is pretty fast. Nobody else is really thinking about it at this point. So as you can tell from the scores, I'll just go through everybody here. So Swarm Darth is on 13 population. I'm on 13. SpiritoftheLaw's on 11. He's a little bit slower in getting going. We have Valerie, my other ally, is 12. Usion also on 13, and Doug on 14. Well, now I'm up to 14, just saying. So a bit of a strange build here. I kind of went for very food heavy. I think that might come back to haunt me a little bit later, but we'll take a look at that. Most of these builds I think are pretty standard. SpiritoftheLaw going pretty heavy into wood for 5 minutes into the game. And Valerie looking pretty standard. Purple with this great forward wall. Good job by Doug. Going with a pretty standard build. And blue, similar to me, heavy on the food. You can really do that as a pocket player in a Black Forest. You can go heavy into the food, try to fast castle. Probably don't have to worry about getting a barracks up too quick. It's not very likely that you're going to get rushed, and it's pretty easy to wall it off. So I've decided around 6 minutes here that I've got to get a forward wall, seeing that this is the only way that we can get through. The map was explored, so we had a pretty good idea of where we should be placing our walls here. Usion also seems to be getting the idea that he should be checking this out and sends a scout up to try and attack my villager. I've already taken out a wolf with my scout, so he's a little bit damaged, but a little skirmish here to scare him off. And obviously Purple making extra sure that he walls this up nicely. That's a good idea. I was pretty glad that I had Usion on my side. And I know I've said that, but I was just incredibly stoked about that, and I still am. So SpiritoftheLaw are a little slow to get going here. We'll take a look at him a little bit behind. Our team in general are kind of 17, 18 population. I guess that's about right for everybody. Doug just having a great game so far, going on 22. So I decided that I'm going to put some houses. In retrospect, I probably should have walled up here rather than here. I can't show you the fog of war, but he had no idea he wouldn't have been able to see if I was up here, and that probably would have been a good way to get some map control, because as we know, a lot of these games just come down to map control. Forward barracks here by Doug as well. That's an interesting choice on a Black Forest map, but he's not really getting too much defense here from yellow. Seems to be a hole in the wall there, maybe? Already making Valerie ring the town bell. So at this point, going in my very heavy food build, still only have five woodcutters. We'll take a look here, or I guess 6 now. Going pretty heavy on those builders, or these guys I'm sending down here to get some of these boar, but it really seemed like an advantage that I couldn't pass up, getting all that extra food. Boar collection is obviously much faster than berry collection and farm collection. So letting my teammates know here that I had the top blocked off. Obviously didn't have cartography yet, still in the Dark Age. And asking my allies if they'd walled up yet. They weren't quite there. Getting there, just about. Very thorough walling here by Doug. Nobody's walled up the center of the map yet, and this middle pathway seems to be pretty easy to get through at this point. Although here we see Swarm Death. Probably could have walled a little bit further up. Obviously he didn't know this, but probably could have gotten a hold of some of these resources, been up on the hill. I guess he's up on a hill here as well, but that would have been a good idea. And Usion also, it seems like they also had an abundance of boar on the map. One other weird thing, I don't know if this is new or if this has always been the case, but it seems like the wolves are spawning in little packs now, which is interesting and extra deadly for the villagers. So I probably should have been up to feudal by now, or at least clicking up. This heavy boar build kind of messed me up a little bit. Researching loom, then I'm going to be going up with 600 food. Bit of a mistake there. Let's see where everybody else is at. Blue is going feudal with tons of food left over. I'm obviously just clicking up to feudal. ShroomAnator still in the Dark Age, just about ready for feudal it looks like. Valerie already feudal age. And Usion just going up there. My nemesis with lots of food left over. Holy cow, good build. Throwing down a blacksmith and a market. He's probably going to be going for a fast castle here. Probably a good idea, seeing as how I've already walled it off. And then we have Doug here going feudal. Could see some early attacks here, although now that yellow's fully walled up with stone here. Obviously still an open, they might not know about this yet, but there's still an open pathway there. Walling up with some outposts here. It's good to know if they're coming. Probably better to stop them from coming with a wall or an army, but we'll see how that goes. So this was a lot of fun, this game. I really enjoyed this game. Really like my map location, obviously. And it was interesting trying a little bit different build. So I'm up to feudal age, probably thinking about a fast castle. Start throwing down. I'm very low on wood, and I'm starting to realize that now, so I'm throwing some more villagers on wood. Part of the problem with having an unbalanced economy and having so many food collectors is now I have an abundance of food and a shortage of everything else. So I'm probably going to have to throw up a market here pretty soon. Try and balance out this economy a little bit. Not ideal, but it's got to be done. So we'll notice that Green still hasn't actually clicked up yet. He does have the resources too. I'm sure he'll be doing that momentarily. Throwing down a barracks probably a good idea. Trying to wall up as best he can. Looks like a little bit late trying to get to that wall. Obviously walled up by Doug. He's doing a great job so far this game. Probably just about ready for castle. And what are they checking out? Market. Maybe a little early to be starting up any market trade. You probably want to wait till Imperial Age before you do that. Although it might not be too long the way the other team's going. So I'm throwing up my I believe this is a blacksmith here. Yeah, so I'm probably looking to go Castle Age pretty soon. Looking maybe around the 19 minute. That shouldn't be too bad. It's a little hard to rush, but theoretically I could open this up, throw a villager in, throw in some stables. It probably would be a good idea. I didn't end up doing that. And again, you know, hindsight's 20/20, but it probably would have been good to wall this up. And at this point I could have been throwing down an archery range maybe, in a barracks here, and doing a little bit of putting a bit of pressure on Usion. I think I'd overestimate his ability to be ready for something like that quickly, just because of his ELO. Let's play some psychological mind games on you. So we still don't have this wall that I think I may have reminded my teammates a couple of times that we should probably get a wall up there. So now we're getting a wall back here. It looks like green's going to go up and build some more outposts. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. It's always good to know what's going on. So with all these villagers down here, I figured rather than walk them all the way back to the town center, I would just make my farms here. As well, it's a good little alert. In case I had some enemies coming up here, I'd have time to wall it off. Making my little house defense. This is just something that I like to do. I like to make little walls of houses around my town and around my wood. You gotta build them somewhere, right? So I figure, give myself little walls. That sound. Oh, that sound. Alright, let's take a look at everybody. So we got Swarm. Looks like he's gonna be ready to go to Castle Age pretty soon as he gets some more gold. I'm here going up to Castle Age. SpiritoftheLaw, probably get some gold going there pretty soon. Valley, little ways away. Usion, ooh, population blocked. A little bit behind me in population. I just like to compare myself to him because I think he's a little bit better than me. And that's one reason that I like having recorded games, is if you think a player's a little bit better than you, it's good to check them out and see what they're doing, where they cutting corners, so to speak. Doug ready to go up. This guy's just having a great economy so far. Really good player. Score leader right now. Alright. Oh, that sound. And these, I feel like this villager's going down. Yep, going down. While the scout and the spearman just watch. Yep. Trying to throw down another town center here. Get a foot on this gold. Get a little bit of a presence down here, because I feel like once you get onagers, it'll be pretty easy to break through there. And it's nice to have a little bit of a defense there. Yellow asking green if he's playing. He's definitely playing. Definitely playing. You should probably get this wall that here. Might be some pressure pretty soon. Knight incoming from teal. I don't have any military going yet. Still just trying to boom up. Feeling okay with my little defense here, but probably could be better. Should probably have some more villagers mining and stuff by 20 minutes. But kind of looking Imperial Age. I'm not sure I totally have a plan at this point. And yep, in comes the knight. And going with some more outposts. Interesting choice. But luckily yellow's back here walling a little bit. This would be pretty easy to wall up. The outpost strategy is interesting. I'd probably prefer a wall personally, although really I probably could have sent a villager from here over. I probably should have done that in retrospect, help out my teammate that's a little bit slower getting to the walls. As a Japanese, it'd be nice to have some water that I could fish on, but unfortunately I didn't have that. Should be looking here for a little bit more gold to get up to Imperial. But working on my second town center. Should have been up a little bit faster. I should be putting down another one now. And that sound, man. Oh, that sound. Alright, so just taking a look around. Swarm Darts probably looking up to Imperial pretty soon. SpiritoftheLaw a little bit more behind. Getting attacked. One thing I will say about these outposts though, pretty good at distracting teal here. While we get up a good wall behind it. Haven't seen much from Doug. He had that great forward start. Probably looking to go Imperial before attacking. Obviously not yet. Only 25 minutes. That would be insane. But probably looking to go Imperial before attacking. Maybe get a forward castle up here. Black Forest with those choke points. It can be a really good defense. It can be really easy to hold them off. Again, wishing that I had a bit of a wall here. Especially because he doesn't have any gold in the back. Probably should have checked that out and seen. But, you know. Hindsight, right? Just trying to get population up. Get a little bit more sustained attack. Get a little bit of raiding in here. Build up a... Oh, doing a little bit of scouting on me. Trying to get some knights out just to have a little bit of a military presence. Getting some walls up. I like this multi-wall thing, so even if they get through here, At least we've got something back there. Teal definitely putting the pressure on us, though. Not really pressuring me so much, but just trying to get in there and get some raiding and get some kills. And Scout, going for it. Brave Scout. Probably not the best move. Yeah, that's not going to end well. Interesting choice, putting up a stable and not a barracks to make some pikes. We do have some pikes here, though. And this is pretty nice. So even if they get through there, it's still trapped. And that's good. We're seeing a little bit of military action from Doug over here. Just keeping an eye on him. And Usion a little ways away from Imperial. I'm a little bit ahead in population here. And that's including the fact that he has some military. I think I just have this one spearman for wolf killing purposes. Still quite a few, and in their packs. So at this point, looking like a noob, queuing up huge lines. Finally getting wheelbarrow with 60 population. Probably a little late, but 27 minutes. That's not too late. Throwing up another town center just so I have an ability to garrison these guys. Throwing in my knights just to have a presence here. Getting this wall attack, throwing up a castle. I don't know if this wall is going to make it, though. And I think I'm going to say something to him pretty soon here. If I check this out. I should probably lock this, start repairing it. Or send some more villagers here instead of having so many. But that's just my idea. I know I'm missing things all over as well, so. Take a look. What have we got from blue here? Just booming up. Wow, lots of town centers. Going up with 4 town centers before 30 minutes. Cool. As long as he's producing with those, that can be a very good investment. Looks like we're seeing some action. Plan to have a pretty big military, it looks like, in the near future. We're just trying to get the houses out of the way. 4 town centers, but not really. Oh no, wrong player. 4 town centers, yeah, but a little bit idle at the moment. 4 town centers aren't going to help if you're only building villagers at one of them. Oh, got a bit of a raid here. Glad I had that town center up. Can be a good idea every once in a while to just go through and make sure all of your stuff is a little bit protected. It's also nice being the Japanese that you have the towers with the extra arrows. And at some point in the game, I usually like to throw a couple towers up in my base, just to make sure that everything's defended in case they get through to raid. Kind of a noob move with the town bell. I know the pros like to garrison, but I figured it'd be alright. Going massively into stone instead of gold right now, I know it seems like a weird choice. I should probably be thinking about Imperial. I think I'm going to start heading over to make some gold soon. Enemy scout, enemy knight. Not too worried about that, just getting some scouting in. Probably could send my knights over. Oh yeah, not even upgraded. Alright, we're getting a little bit of a defense, not looking too bad. We have a castle up here. Obviously purple's starting to get aggressive here, building a... Interesting, with the petards. Interesting choice. I think he's just trying to break this down and just open it up a little bit, and that's a good idea. A lot of this is new for me because I didn't actually keep the best eye on what my allies were doing. I probably would have had a little bit more presence down there if I'd been paying attention. So I've walled this up, kind of made my stand that this is where my forward, or where my military is going to go. Have enough now for a castle. Probably throwing a castle down soon. Start investing in gold. Finally setting some villagers over there. Have some gold over here. I think I had some gold here. Getting housed, man. But yeah, my economy is looking a little bit more balanced. So I'm here at 94. We have 98, all those extra town centers. Although I know he's got a bit of a military as well that he's starting to make up. SpiritoftheLaw here, housed at 70. I'm not too worried about that. It's definitely got some forward defense though. Could maybe use a few more farmers. I think that might be part of the problem. It's going to slow him down. And yellow also having a little bit of a trouble getting the economy going, but it does have a nice number of farms. And here's Usion. He's a little behind me, but he's actually heading up to the Imperial Age, 33 minutes. That's going to be a bit of a problem. And just taking a look at Doug here. Good economy from that guy. So I'm here. I should be going up pretty soon. Kind of one of those things. I'm not really thinking. I'm just trying to boom with the villagers. Got some queued up. But I should be going Imperial here pretty soon. Problem is if he goes Imperial first, and I'm building a castle, I think that's what's holding me back, because I need two buildings. So I have my monastery going up. Oh no, I got a siege workshop. I should be going up. Just wasn't paying attention. So problem is if he goes up first, and then he gets trebuchets first, he can take down this castle and anything else in range from him before I can get mine out. So this is risky. Me not going up to Imperial yet. I should definitely be doing that. I'm just doing some research. I can see that my gold's going down. I know I'm not building units. So, yeah. So green's the only one still in feudal age as Usion goes to Imperial. And this is the point I start to realize, uh-oh, I should probably start investing in military. I know I can see this, and I can see this happening. Fog of War doesn't work if I have explored, but I figure he's got a castle up somewhere, although he actually doesn't at this point. Interesting. But it's going to be throwing that up, getting a trebuchet out pretty soon. Know I'm in a bit of trouble. Looking down here, Doug's starting to make his push. Kind of sense we're not doing the best right now. So I'm going to grab some relics. I can hear that. But yeah, I can see that Doug's pushed in. If you look at his score, it's significantly above yellow here. So this is going to be a bit of a problem. Obviously, blue's not pushing it, but we know he's got a military starting to go. And I think that's probably gonna outclass greens here. So we're looking in a bit of trouble. I'm finally going Imperial. Do we have a castle coming up yet? Maybe not yet. That's a little bit surprising. Oh, it just doesn't quite have the stone yet, but you can bet he's investing in stone. Starting to mine some stone. He's going to be throwing up a castle pretty soon. He's the Mongols, obviously, so he's going to want his unique unit. It's definitely a good one. I can probably go a little bit longer without it, although I'm still going to want the trebuchets. So, kind of a classic Imperial Age army for me is to go with some pikes, especially when we're against the Mongols. Getting lots of skirmishers. I have some mangonels I'm going to upgrade to onagers coming. And here I'm just building a couple samurai. The main thing I'm going to want here is trebuchets to try and push this forward, take this out. And I know that he's going to have onagers and he's going to be cutting through either here or here. Kind of hoping he goes this way. Down here I don't really have too much in the way that's going to protect me. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Starting to build this up a little bit. Starting to have my little house walls, although I want to leave it open for trade. I'm a little worried at this point. I know my score is ahead of his, although he has such an advantage of me getting into the Imperial Age. Surprised he didn't maximize on that and take more advantage. Figured if I had enough for 2 castles, then he would definitely have had enough, and I'm expecting a trebuchet any moment here. Wishing I could help out my teammates here, but I think I'm going to have my hands full at the top. Although Doug isn't really pushing forward too much. He just broke through and is building up his army now. He's putting a bit of pressure on, I think, and keeping us off balance. Blue's still getting a bit of an army, having these guys sit around here for a little while. Probably would have been a good idea to throw them forward and give us some pressure on a couple fronts. Still not really feeling pressure from Teal either. Still booming up. I'm at 142. And Teal, I know I go back and forth between Usion and Teal. I'll probably just refer to people by their colors. So let's give you a quick, we have 126. I'm on 144. 72, a little bit behind. 73, yeah. This is going to be tough for us to fight off when we don't really have the economy to back it up. And a little slow on the military. 124 and 78. That's a little bit surprising. He was off to such a good start. I'm surprised he's lagging so far behind now in economy and military. So I'm finally getting some military out. What have I got? Not too much, but I got a bit. Trying to make trebuchets. I want to take this out and just put some pressure. Take this wall down. Decided I was going to send a trebuchet down. Have my knights here not doing anything. But I figured I'd help with this. I saw that both my allies were still in castle. And that Doug's an Imperial, so he'll come out with trebuchets pretty soon. It's going to take a little while to get there. You got to go through all of this, probably. Figured they'd be in Imperial by the time I get that down there, but better late than never, right? So, have a trebuchet here. Probably could be attacking, but I also don't want to scare him into building an army if he if he isn't dedicating towards that already. So, because I'm not quite, like 40 minutes is a good time to start attacking, but usually I'm just a late attacker, and I like to build my economy first. I like to have a good boom. Plan to have a few more villagers here. I've heard that this is a 300 population game. I've heard that you're going to want about 150 villagers, so I'm a little short of that now. Probably have about 130, maybe 125. So I'm going to be wanting a few more. Get all my techs up, so I'm not just throwing away units. Doing all my research, throwing down some more houses, obviously. And yeah, it looks like Usion's kind of, or Teal's kind of got the same plan. Trying to build up his army. Getting a little bit of pressure here, but still not too bad. Blue's finally moving up. It looks like they're kind of getting ready to do their move. We haven't really done too much raiding or any kind of pressure on them, so that's hurting us here right now. Especially because we haven't necessarily been better at booming up till this point. So yeah, Mangude, the thing about them, they're a really good unit, and their anti-siege is great, but it's pretty easy to counter with a variety of things, and a variety of things that Japanese are actually quite strong with, like the elite skirmishers, which are fully upgraded. The halberdiers counter them. The mangonels or onagers counter them. There's quite a few ways to counter, and actually the samurai isn't too bad if you can get them in there. So I have a few town centers here trying to throw up, get a bit of an economy going. Noticing I'm going to start running out of gold pretty soon, so I'm going to start getting trade up. I think I just finished researching. Yeah, so I'm going to build some trade carts. Overall, though, just economy not looking so good. So here we have blue 158, lots of resources left over. I'm kind of bare boning it, 186. And we have green upgraded here. He's in the castle age, but just not enough economy to sustain. I think this is only, yeah, 9 farmers for 45 minutes. I don't know. I'm surprised he's actually in the castle age. And yeah, having a bit of trouble. I'm not sure he's building there. Maybe a castle, but that's not going to go well. Although my trebuchet has arrived. Good news. Don't worry, guys. The trebuchet is here. And at the same time, coordinated attack coming in through the middle. Not good. I can definitely, and getting a bit of an attack here. All 3 pushing. Really good teamwork here by them. We're not ready for this at the moment. Although I do have some trebuchets out. I have some units back here in reserve. I'm not sure what I'm waiting for. I guess I'm just waiting to make a little bit more use of this population limit of 300. Trying to get up, but Teal's just not going to let me. Here he's breaking through. Don't really have too much here to defend these. Start throwing the villagers over to defend the castle, but luckily he is just throwing them in there to get hit by the castle. It's a bit of a mistake by Teal, but he's definitely got me occupied. Blue's coming up here, got his own trebuchets. This isn't gonna hold him for too long. And we can see purple starting to come in, starting to make the move. My trebuchet by itself, just a champion, just going in there. Third destroyed the castle. So yeah, I gotta be careful and not leave. I think I have a range advantage on him. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult for him to get these trebuchets over and attack this. This castle could go down, hard to say. So up here, still trying to repair this. Ending up, as it turned out, Teal going to the Imperial Age first didn't hurt me too much, and he keeps throwing away these onagers. He probably could have had this had he gone through here, or what I was more afraid is that he was going to go through here. That probably would have been a little bit worse for us, and would have been harder for me to defend against that. Trying to save the castle. I built up another one here. I foresee just going through here. And it's nice to have a little bit of a defense, especially for my villagers that are going to be on gold. I know gold's going to be a little bit of a problem on this map. I got my trade. Not sure if I'm building any more, but I definitely have some trade. And I am going to have to invest in more of that soon. So blue coming in. A little bit uncontested here. I think yellow's got his hands full. And my trebuchet going down, and it looks like this castle is going to stay up. That's alright. I think we're going to have some bigger problems in our own bases now. So, managed to save this castle. Have a few more trebs. He came out, killed him with these Mangude, however you say it. And Clever here coming around kind of gives up on that. it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on at once. But certain a sense that this is a losing proposition, me hiding in my base. So get my guys out. I've seen what he has. It just looks like Hussars and Mangude. I'm not too worried about fighting that off. Let's take a look here. It's definitely a little bit behind in terms of, maybe not military. Yeah, it's only got 30, about 140 villagers. And I definitely have a bigger army. So feeling like I feel like I'm safe at the moment. So I break down my stuff. I'm gonna start moving out. Sorry if I'm just focusing on me. I'll take a look at what's going on. But yeah, Blues, like I was thinking, not too contested here, kind of breaking through. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm glad we have the backup walls, but against Trebs, that's not gonna help too long. Green, the last one going up to Imperial here. How's ShroomAnator doing? Not even close. A little bit unbalanced economy. Should have been going with more farms. Looks like he hasn't added more farms since maybe even Dark Age. Yeah, getting some pressure over here. I'm gonna start throwing my guys out and just test the waters and see what kind of pushback I get. It's kind of looking a little bit ominous at this point. We have purple pushing in. Yeah, building in the base here. I'm having the feeling, even just looking at the scores, I don't know if yellow's going to be able to fight this off. Getting some rating on the villagers. Didn't seem to notice as villagers are under attack. Castle's going down here pretty soon. Yellow is looking a little bit out of this. And yeah, blue getting the advantage on green here. So even if I manage to hold this, it's still looking like, I'm not saying it's over. It can certainly be saved here, but not looking in our favor at the moment. So moving out, kind of getting stuck with all this constriction here. I should probably open this up a little bit, and even end up going through here because I'm gonna lose this castle, and I don't really have a way to get around to these trebuchets. So that castle going down, looking a little bit dire here. We got blue moving in, we got purple moving in. It just looks like it's a little bit of a matter of time before at least yellow's gone, and green could very well be next, especially since he's still in the castle age. Just those technologies really make a difference. So here, this is what I'm talking about, where I start building towers around my base just to prevent raiding. The towers for the Japanese obviously get 3 or 4 arrows, which is a huge advantage. They're almost like mini castles. So yeah, not looking good. But looks like I actually fought off Teal's army not too bad. Lost my own, but obviously I'm just throwing out trash. So 1 for 1, that ends up being a good deal for me. He's here on 165, on 175. Not quite as much of a difference as it originally was. It's a little bit hard for him to counter though, because there's nothing that he can throw against my guys that would be effective, that doesn't cost a lot of gold. That's one problem with the Mongols, is they have great units, but they all cost gold. And if I were matched up against the Byzantines, I think I'd be having a lot more problem here, because obviously we'd be using the same types of units, and his would have the advantage against mine of being 25% cheaper. A little bit of a suicide mission here, maybe just a little bit of scouting, but under castle fire and all his different units here, this isn't going to go well for him. One thing about Trebuchet, a little bit overpowered because it doesn't hurt your own units if it hits them. It just hurts theirs, whereas at least Onager, you have to keep an eye on that. Breaking through here, that's a smart idea. Could throw his Hussars around, take out my Trebuchets. So I'm responding to that, start throwing my units over here. I'm feeling pretty good about down here. I think he's going to have a hard time. Don't question the battering ram. Don't question it. Probably a missed key. But it will actually absorb some fire against the Mangude, whatever you call them. Should probably just stick with one. So blue kind of stalled out here a little bit. And purple also a little bit stalled. They should probably be pushing this advantage a little bit more. It's obvious by the scores that they've already taken out green and yellow to a certain extent. Probably the faster they can get around and attack me on this side. That would at least knock me out of the game, and then teal would just come in and clean it up. But fair enough, if they're working, they're taking their time. I mean, they don't know what's out there in the fog of war. So let's go through everybody here. Blue, definitely saving up a lot of resources. Good population. I'm having some housing problems here. green actually getting a population up. I think a lot of that's still in military. Building a few more farms, that's good to see. And this is interesting. At least he was moving up with the tree line. That was good. You know, yellow having lots of resources. I think he was being slung a little bit by ShroomAnator. And that helped out, but by this point, you're just kind of out of production buildings. And yeah, building a castle in the back, but not looking good. And actually managed to take out all the gold that that Teal has, which is interesting, because now he might be resorting to trash. And obviously, I have pretty good trash. And I already have a trash army built up here. So at this point, I'm not expecting to last this long up here just on trash. I'm kind of surprised, so I'm starting to feel like maybe instead of waiting, I should start moving out here and just see what can happen. I'm noticing the bottom, blue's coming in. It's not too far until he takes this out, and he's pretty close to green. Yellow's pretty much out of this game at this point. Good economies by purple. Great economy by blue, actually. Yeah, not looking good. Get an apology here from green because he's broke through. Not too worried about it. As far as I'm concerned, this is just kind of a last stand up here. I can already see where this battle is going. Just looking at the team scores, not really all that close. But yeah, I'm starting to get a little bored here with my army. They're getting restless. Starting to get a bit of a population, and I'm starting to think maybe I should just move out here and just take on. So I think I'm actually going to do that in a couple seconds. These guys garrisoned up in here. I'd rather just have the extra arrow fire at the moment, to be honest. Oh yeah, I'm going to build up some towers here, just try and take out this wood line. This is getting dangerously close to cutting through, and I don't really want to fight through here, here, and here. So this also is going to spur me on to start moving out here in a sec. Just building up my army. A little surprised that Teal's still making the same types of units. I mean, he's adding in some trash, but that's just because he has no gold left. And a little surprised by these. They don't seem like the best counter to me. Here I am, going out for my last charge. Blue's starting to move in. Taking out those two knights there. Purple obviously wiping out yellow. So, figure I may as well just go. My plan is just to try and take out this town center. I can die happy if I take out that town center. It's nice when you're in a losing game and just give yourself little objectives that you're just going for. Not quite ready to admit defeat here, but we'll see how this goes. Some good onager shots by Teal. That's kind of one weakness that this army has, is I don't have any cavalry here. Japanese obviously don't get very good cavalry, or it'd be nice to have a few hussars in here. But I feel like I still have some resources. I still got my base here, even if this is under attack. Getting a little bit stalled by buildings here, and I was noticing that from blue up here with the, I guess that was Teal as well. Just getting stalled on outposts and stuff like that. I think it probably would have been more damaging to us had they just pushed through past some of these houses and just gone for the guts, so to speak. So I'm up here just queuing up, just wearing out. I have skirmishers and halberdiers. Hotkeyed to E, just wearing out my E key, just throwing guys out. It's just a mad rush to spend all my resources at this point. Should probably be using my gold, building a little bit more siege, but I find I'm actually not getting a whole lot of use out of these onagers. They're getting taken out pretty fast. Starting to have a little bit of trouble here with this town. Probably could garrison this with these trebuchets though and bombard cannons. Great unit choice to have both of those in complementing each other. That's a good idea. Purple moving up. Ooh, got the cataphracts here. Not elite yet, but let's take a look at how everybody's doing. So blue's on 240. I'm on 197. ShroomAnator, uh-oh. Population in free fall. Not looking good for yellow here. Spent all those resources. I don't even think he has a town center here anymore. I think he's just mining gold just to have it. I don't know if he has a market. I don't think so. Nope, I'm trying to defend green. Fair enough. And this is going surprisingly well, though. It looks like looks like this might be it. Wrapping up. But, you know, just keep making them. Just keep building them. I actually end up having a decent amount of resources here. So just keep throwing. Trying to throw up some more archery ranges so I actually spend these as quickly as they're coming in. Did notice that Teal's a big fan of onagers, so definitely an overpowered unit. And a lot of people don't make as much use of them as they probably should. So I think Teal sensing has got the advantage here. Trying to move forward, but I don't know, man. I got a lot of skirmishers coming out. I have some siege here. And the rams. Never question the rams. Just gonna ram that onager to death. That's one thing I like to do with my trebuchets, is just get them out, just get them firing. Whoa. Mangude. Frightening, man. They just take it down. At least I'm walled off here. That was good thinking. They'll probably think twice about going through there, and they'll probably focus on green a little bit here. Yellow's kind of out of this game. Green's also kind of out of this game. Definitely by this point, I've sensed how this one's gonna go, but we'll see. You know, you just keep fighting. They gotta take you down. To a certain extent, it can be a little bit like trolling if you just won't resign. But at this point, you know, my score's not too bad, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should have resigned. But you know what? Fighting him off, and Teal seems to be having a little bit of trouble here with the unit production. He's down to 137 population. Basically, no army from him. It's all lumberjacks and farmers. So I'm starting to sense that this wave of Mangude is just turning into a little bit of a drizzle. So I'm trying to save up something so I can actually push out here. This actually doesn't seem too bad. And there goes yellow. Kind of saw that coming. He's been a little bit down and out for a while. I think they found his gold miners. And looks like green's next on the chopping block, and not really the resources or the population room to do anything here. But they're holding him off. Just paying him a little bit. I think he wanted to build a new town center or something. I'm not sure. He wanted some stone for something. So sure, why not? Would have been nice to reach the stone, but unfortunately it was a little ways. And with those little islands. Still, you know, just trash, man. Just trash. It's great. And if you check out the Japanese, they get some good upgrades. Fully upgraded skirmishers. It ends up being a pretty good deal for the resources that you're putting in. Running out of wood, probably should have these guys doing some wood. But definitely got them queued up. A few archers in there, you know, just for unit composition's sake. I think that was probably a misclick. Yeah, just this trash. Just skirmishers, you just can't get through this. And obviously the halberdiers are a good unit with the Japanese. Extra 25% attack. Good onager shot there. Not taking out the trebuchets, which is interesting. But pressure by blue. Yeah. Decided to wall it up. You know, just not quite ready to give up. This game's actually a lot of fun. I normally don't get stuck in these Imperial Age fights like this. Normally I like to build up one big army and then just attack them all at once. And either make it to the point you have that army or you don't. And I don't usually do these really long drawn out fights. It's only an hour and 10 minutes in the game. Feels like we've been fighting a long time up here though. But finally starting to get an advantage. I should probably push forward with these guys. But blue getting the sense that I'm the guy to beat now. So he's going up. Going up for this. Purple for some reason has stopped. I'm not sure if he doesn't know this is here. It would be nice to see the fog of war. But yeah, he's looking strong. You should probably just move in here and just take him out. Not that I'm cheering for the other team or anything, but that would probably be the correct strategy to do there. Yeah, it's starting to get some backup from green. So obviously they don't realize that, but taking him out would probably slow down my production up here as I'm getting these resources. Just throwing them back into skirmishers and pikes here. A little bit of an attack here, but I don't think he's paying attention to this. I'm not sure what he's focusing on, but he should probably be taking this out with the trebs rather than have me just build wall after wall. Have one onager. That'll save me. Surprisingly, it's actually good against just about everything he's got here, so I think I'm actually going to send a couple more over there pretty soon. So on this side, kind of a wave of units from Teal, but I actually end up fighting them off and taking a little bit of space. And, you know, this town center might actually go down, die happy, you know what I mean? Still just wally units. Send in some samurai, why not? Battering ram, never question the ram. Probably should have had some more houses here. One thing I am noticing though is that he's sending in some, yeah, right here, sending in some units from up here. This is probably should have gone here first, taking this off, so I'm just fighting on one flank. Don't quite have it that organized at the moment. Ooh, skirms against onagers, man. Not a winning proposition. Still going with the Mangude. I don't know about that idea. I've got a lot of stuff here that counters it, but I guess he's got the score lead, so I won't question it. Starting to get some defense here by some blue, or some reinforcements from blue, but non-upgraded, these are just going to go down. You have to remember the Japanese have 25% faster attacking, so fully upgraded halberdiers against pikes that aren't upgraded, just not going to do too much. It's going to absorb that pretty easy. Yeah, a little slow to get this mobilized. And I decided I'm just going to be cheeky and just take the opportunity and just take these guys out. Why not, right? Here it comes. A little slow here, a little bit of lag. Yeah, that was a nice shot. Just get him, having him attack on two fronts. Making him pay attention. Got these archers, the reinforcements. Nice. Once they're upgraded, actually. If you take a look. Holy cow. Yeah. Finally seeing some infantry from the Saracens, which is really interesting against, these are obviously Mongol infantry as well. Going against the Japanese infantry, not sure how that's going to go. Well, I know how that's going to go, not well. Taking out my onager, but it was so effective. I think I'm actually going to send a couple more over here. I think I end up sending a couple more. But yeah, it's just kind of stalling at this point. Although this front's actually going pretty well, which I was feeling pretty good about. I think Usion's a little bit better player than I am, and to get an advantage on this, I think it might have been a little bit better idea if he went with a different unit composition. I'm not sure what the Mongols get that would have been a good combination to this. Obviously his onagers were extremely effective. Maybe some two-handed swordsmen. I don't think they get champions, but something like that to take. And also some rams, actually. Putting some rams in it, absorb a lot of these shots, never question the rams. But yeah, not looking good over here. Taking down my towers, my great defense idea. Starting to lose the economy. When start losing the economy, can't keep the steady stream going, and it's just the stream. I'm just overwhelming with numbers here. Nothing but skirmishers and a few helps at this point. But I did manage to get the onagers out from up here, which is pretty big. So now my goal is to just take down a couple of these buildings. Don't really have a goal right now. Kind of running out. Green's looking pretty much swept up. Yep, getting mopped up. Yeah. So I think green's pretty much gone. This might be a little cocky, but I was saying I was glad just to know that I was gonna, at least that I was pushing Teal back. It's hard to say if I would have beat him, but you know, when you're losing, you gotta save your ego. Get the victories where you can. You should probably be building some more houses. Come on, guys, just build some houses. I really wish villagers would just take the initiative. And if they're just sitting around doing nothing and you get housed, they should just be like, hey, I know what I'll do. I'll build you a house, sir. A couple of onagers here. Surprisingly effective. Send another one over. Kill one of my own villagers. Whoops. But everything here is easily countered by onagers, except for the infantry. But there's a lot of skirmishers here, and some cannons and some hand cannoneers. This isn't actually gonna do so well. You know, if I'd pay a little bit more attention here, I probably could have taken this and pushed this back. Here I am saying, good game, well played. Seems like it's over. Blue's getting in my base. Fighting them off though, and actually, if you look at the front, we're holding it. I got those buildings down. Did up here, build another siege workshop. That was a good idea. Those onagers are really effective. Sending over my trebuchets to get those, but if he's paying attention, he'll take those out. Just mass skirmishers, man. Overpowered, OP. 3 attack plus 4. That's amazing. Just about to take out Blue's army here. Could have done a little bit better on that. Blue, for example, if we just take a look here, he's stacking up the resources, but he's not building too much. Very, very small army. Just 50 or so units, and they're mostly just sitting around idling. But Doug's coming up. Doug's coming in. I don't have anybody left to repair this wall, and yeah. Back my base is gone. still pushing on the front, you know. When your base is almost gone, you just... This is still my last push, by the way. This isn't a new one. This is just a long string of units that I've been making. Queued up, but Doug's here, gonna take out my economy. That's gonna slow down the stream of units. And these are gonna be some of the last ones I'm gonna make. And you know, skirmishers are great. They take out units, but you just can't do damage to bases with it. So now my goal is to take out this TC, take that out, die happy. Interesting choice. I mean, Hussars do counter skirmishers, but just mass skirmishers like that, I'm not sure that will even end up being cost effective there. This is a good unit choice though. Champions are gonna... Should probably upgrade those a little bit more if you can. Ending up with the score lead, although that usually happens if you're kind of the last one on your team and you're pushing and ignoring your base. Almost feels like a victory. Not quite, but as your town's destroyed, you know, you gotta save ego. Green's still alive. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if he's defeated, but Green's still alive, got walls, and he's got one scout here with 5 health, defended by a tower. Yep. He's just helped me out. Just give me somebody to talk to right now. Get a little cocky here, but you know. If Blue had put his mind into it and had used up more of his resources here, would have had me. Just a steady stream though. All right, let's take a look. He's got one military and 100 wit. You know, at least he's spending his resources. I think he gave them all to me. Dying with resources, a little bit of a... Would have been nice if he sent those. If he had the market to do it. It's just nice to help your teammate out and give him your resources. Lots left for trash, but again, just not a lot of gold. Going back, trying to build some more barracks, trying to get some units out. It's pretty obvious that my base is pretty much gone here. Doug pushing forward. Wow, maxed out on population. A lot of that, I can't even see what that's in. I guess that's just in infantry and ranged. Wow. It's almost 200 military units throwing it in. I'm not really defending this anymore. Kind of past that point. It's all in this army. Get to work. Get to work. We gotta send these out. I think at some point I spy this castle, and then that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be that castle or this trade. I see some trade happening here. If you can take out their trade, sometimes they'll just resign. Maybe not in this situation. Probably not in this situation. But getting population cap, because finally purple coming in. He's helped me out with my pop room by killing all my villagers, which is great. I appreciate that. But taking out my houses now, so I'm gonna have to build some more. And my steady stream is starting to dry up. No more food. So that's pretty much it for me. But just still throwing those manga die, and we're just gonna keep going with the skirmishers. Clean them up. Yep, onager. I think that was my last onager. So, I'm starting to sense the end is near. It's going to be a little bit hard to come out of this one. Still a few. I got some guys up here. We could pull it out. I can afford a new TC. You never know. Rebuild. But I don't want to get your hopes up. I don't think we're heading there. I think I'm just going to go for the trade here pretty soon. With my giant army. Still gonna take a little time for them to clean this up though. Yeah, lots of trade. Lots of gold coming in. Just no real chance here. If I were to look back and kind of say what could have been done better, forward walling out here around that gold probably would have been a good idea. rather than telling my allies to just wall stuff off, I probably could have come down here and helped out with the wall. Maybe build a castle down here. Probably would have been a good idea. You know, you're fighting on two fronts, but it's better than having one of your fronts be right here. So, starting to get stuff in my base and coming in behind. We're on the way out, but I did get that trade building, and now I'm going for the castle. Die happy if I get that castle. Moving the trebs up. Oh, no, we're going the wrong way. Wrong way, guys. This way, this way. I don't remember what happens. I mean, obviously I knew about the castle. Gotta get that castle down, man. Gotta. That would feel like a victory. No more units coming out. Looks like it's about GG. Into my last base, yeah. Wall units though, and still with the skirmishers, though noticeably smaller here now. I'm just looking. Blue still saving up all the resources. Doug fully pop capped. And yeah, teal looking better than me. Hard to. Obviously my base has been destroyed now, but I think this is sensing like the end. This is all I got left. This is me on the map. This is right here. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I normally don't get into these really long drawn out conflicts. If I'd start a little bit early, it's hard to say. If I'd been a little bit more mobile, helping out the team, giving my guys a chance to. Because I don't think my allies were bad players. I think they were just a little bit slow to get going, and then obviously that starts to snowball, and then you get taken out before you built your military up. So you don't really get to use all your tools. Last trebuchet going down. I did take down the castle though. You'll notice, and I think there's a town center here. Yeah, I don't think I knew about that, or that would have been next. Here I go with the resign, and good game. I think Green's last unit here gonna get taken out in a sec. But yeah, no, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Doug with the team lead, getting a lot of points in here. Easy kills and easy raises there, taking down the buildings. And I think Green's last unit here, as soon as they find him, killed by a skirmisher. Well, good game. Like I said, that was a lot of fun. 3 versus 3, Black Forest. It's always a good time. A couple things could have done differently. Obviously, forward walling. Doing a little bit better with getting walls up here and supporting my allies a little bit more. But yeah, it was a great game. So hope you enjoyed it. And this is my first commentated video, and I would appreciate any feedback that you have. Or I know I probably say obviously way too much, and I probably say, I don't know, words like that. If you can point those out, I'll try not to say them as much. Probably just nervous tics. Okay, so thanks everybody. Please rate, subscribe, comment. Love to hear from you. And till next time. Oh, wait, I'll give you the, we'll give you this. So, end up being score lead. That's what just happens when you mass units. And technology. And there's the timeline. So, thanks everybody. Till next time.